I'd like to share with you a few words about my vocation story, the story of when I first started to hear God's call in my life, I think specifically his call to priesthood, and how I responded to that call gradually over a course of many years. So my vocation story is actually very relevant to this location here at St. Joseph, because I first had a profound sense of God's call to the priesthood for me here at St. Joseph at my home parish. In August of 2008, we were celebrating as a diocese the bicentennial of the Archdiocese of Louisville. So that's the 200-year anniversary of our diocese, which started in 1808 as the Diocese of Bardstown. So in 2008, here in Bardstown, we were celebrating this anniversary, and I was just entering high school. I had just graduated from St. Joseph's School here in 8th grade, and then entering as a freshman in Bethlehem High School across the street. So because this church, my home parish, was the original cathedral of our diocese, we decided that we were going to celebrate the 200th anniversary Mass here at St. Joseph. And since I had been an altar server for many years by that time, our worship director here at the parish asked me if I would be the thurifer for this Mass. Now, the thurifer at that time, I didn't know, was a fancy term for the incense bearer. And I also didn't know that if you perform this role, you're the one who leads the entire procession at Mass. So I agreed to this, not knowing what I was getting into, and here I was, this freshman in high school, leading this giant procession here at St. Joseph. And because this was an especially large Mass for our parish, we actually had it outside in the front lawn, and we constructed a whole sanctuary on the front steps of the church. We invited several bishops with connections to this diocese to come, including the Cardinal Archbishop of Baltimore, who came to celebrate the Mass. So here I was, this freshman, swinging the incense, leading this procession of probably 60 or 70 priests, 5 or 6 bishops, and I would say probably at least 1,000 people gathered on the front lawn. I led this procession, and I distinctly remember that day sitting in the sanctuary on the front porch with all these priests, all these clergy, and I had this profound sense that this was where I belonged, that God was calling me here to serve his people in the capacity of a priest. He wanted me in his sanctuary. He wanted me to serve his people in this way. And so even though that didn't seal the deal immediately, and I couldn't enter seminary at that time, this sense that God wanted me here got me to start thinking about the seminary. It got me to start thinking about priesthood. And so over the course of the next 4 years in high school, I reached out to the vocation director, had a series of meetings, and I thought maybe I would enter seminary after high school. Well, that didn't quite pan out the way that I thought it would. I went to college first, I went to graduate school. It actually took at least 6 years after high school before I finally decided that I would enter the seminary. And I think you'll find many vocation stories go this way. There isn't necessarily a neat path to priesthood. The response to a vocation can take years, and actually it can take a lifetime. So I offer that as advice to anyone who may be discerning a vocation to the priesthood. A vocation takes time. It's okay. But at the same time, the onus is on us to respond courageously to God's call.